Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Liz. I'm a medical technologist and pharmaceutical chemist with over 30 years of experience in the medical and pharmaceutical industry. I was not planning on doing a video today, but I saw something that reminded me of an oversight on my part. As a little bit of background, I go really hard on the medical establishment, big food, big ag, big pharma, the medical industrial complex in general. I'm always talking about all the corruption and all the harmful things that are being doled out on a regular basis or being approved, and you know, if you've seen any of my videos, you kind of get that. But I'm from the South, and I sometimes forget that there's a lot of dumb shit that we do to ourselves that we've been doing for a really long time. And I saw two videos that I don't know why I happened upon these. I was just, doom scrolling kind of thing and just perusing. And these two popped up, and I had to share this with you because this is a trip. And I will elaborate on both of these. As to the dangers of what these people are about to put in their mouth. It's two different parts of the country, I believe, but both southern. So just take a look.
Hi, y'all. This looks like just a pine tree, with pine needles, but I'm going to show you how to make something we used to make when we was kids. And we used to call it Sprite. But pick these pine needles. I'm gonna show y'all. We're gonna put them in a jar with a little sugar, and we're gonna make us some Sprite. Hi, y'all. Got our pine needles. I'm gonna show y'all how to make some Sprite. We're gonna wash these up a little bit. I like to wash them, kind of get some of the bugs out and the dirt. You got dust around here. Alright. Alright, we're gonna finish this up. I like to pick the little dead ones out of here. Brown looking ones, you know what I'm talking about. Get them all out, because you always...
He likes to pick the little dead ones out, at least. And he likes to wash them. That's comforting.
Got a few of them. And we're gonna get in here and we're gonna cut the ends of these off. See with the little things? You can make it like that, but it makes it a little bitter to me. So we're gonna go ahead and cut these off. Very tough this morning for some reason. And once I cut them, come here. You always got a few stuck back in here. So you gotta kind of coax them out. Yeah, we used to make this all the time when I was a kid. Sneak stuff out the house and make it with it. Basically, all you need is sugar and pine straw and a jar. The jar was hard to get back then because my grandma canned everything every day, and you never threw a jar away. And if a jar was missing, she knew it. All right, y'all, we about got them all out. Two more hiding in here. All right, all we're gonna do now.
I don't know, something about, I think the dead pine needles are probably less toxic than the live ones, but that's just me. I mean, I'm just guessing.
I like to cut them up. I'm gonna cut them in half, y'all. Come on, you can do it. I'm gonna drop this half in here. Get in there. I don't even know who showed me how to do this, but shake them around, get them down. Sugar. I like to put 1, 2, 3, 4, and a little bit more. And next thing, all you do is put water in it. And watch this. Always fill it to the top. All right, y'all. Now I like to shake it up and get that sugar melting. See, the sugar is all on the bottom here. Get it all melted. And what happens when the sugar ferments? The sugar will ferment with the pine straw. The pine straw will put off yeast and make it ferment. And once it does that, that's what makes it like carbonation, it makes it taste like a Coke or Sprite. Yeah, got a little fizzy things. You know what I'm trying to say. So let me make up 2 or 3 more of these, and I'll show y'all what else we got to do with them. All right, y'all, we got them all made up. Now all we got to do is hurry up and wait again. Seems like everything I do, I got to hurry up and wait. We're going to let this sit here probably about 3 or 4 days, maybe 5, I don't know. Let them sit, and we're just going to let them sit 4 or 5 days, 3 or 4 days, and we're going to come back and drink some. All right, y'all, it's been about 4 or 5 days. We've been waiting, and looks like our stuff is ready, y'all. If y'all look close, you can see the little bubbles in here. And
I'm not really seeing a whole lot of carbonation, actually. It just looks kind of like it did when he started, but okay.
them little bubbles are carbon.
That was a little bit.
Soda pop bubbles, that's what that is. Anyway, this is something we just, like I say, we made this when those kids, and just something to do. We always was doing something silly. And, oh, y'all heard it. Shh. Listen, I'm gonna open this and listen. Heard that pop? That means it's ready. Okay, now we done got fancy now. I got a little strainer. Well, when we was kids, we didn't have no strainer. We just drank it straight from the jar. Okay, we're gonna dump some in here. Show y'all. Y'all see all the fizz on the top? See that? Oh, it smells so good. All right, y'all. Catch a few of the needles. All right.
That looks like some
See all the
flat
fizz in there,
soda.
y'all? Can y'all see that?
That looks like very, very flat soda.
Yeah, I got some little tasting cups here. Boy, I'm fancy today, ain't I? Bring back childhood memories.
Don't drink it.
Y'all, this is good. It's really good.
He's drinking
It's
it.
really good. Got a little fizz in it. You can taste a little fizz, and the pine straw. It don't taste like pine, really. I guess it got a little hint of pine, but it's just good. Y'all need to try it. Try it. It's simple. Do it with your kids. Get the pine straw, cut the ends off, put it in a jar, a couple spoonfuls of sugar, and let it sit a couple days. Hey, that's how we used to make our pop.
Do not, under any circumstance, feed this to your children or yourselves. Don't do this to yourselves. Would you like to know why you shouldn't eat pine needles? Or, I mean, you shouldn't soak pine needles in a solution and then drink it? Okay, let's take a look at the toxins that are in pine needles and why you shouldn't be putting them in your mouth or soaking them in anything and drinking it. Isocupressic acid. This is one of the most well-known toxins in pine needles, particularly in the ponderosa pine. It's a chemical compound that causes abortion in pregnant cows, in sheep, goats, and bison by reducing blood flow to the uterus. The toxin can be found in both fresh and dried needles and bark. While there are reports of this toxin causing miscarriages in cattle, there's not a lot of research on its effects on humans. But some sources advise pregnant women to avoid pine needle tea. Yeah, because this is one of those plants that aren't food for humans. We're not supposed to eat this stuff. Abetane acids, I'm not sure how to say that. Abetane acids and resins. Some species of pine needles contain diterpene abetane acids and resins. I have not heard of that, which can be toxic to livestock. These compounds can cause a toxicosis with symptoms including anorexia, a mild rumen acidosis, difficulty breathing, paresis, progressing to paralysis, renal, which is kidney and neurological lesions, other potential dangers, is Forever Chemicals, PFAS, polyfluoral alkyl substances. And these are like the chemicals that just hardly ever, that don't break down. They just around forever, basically. Stuff with plastics, things in plastics that we're worried about, and all that kind of stuff. I did a video on Forever Chemicals if you're ever interested in looking. It's on one of the previous videos on my channel. But these are the forever chemicals that are linked to various health problems. While not a natural toxin of the tree, the presence of these chemicals in the needles can be a concern, because basically they're soaking up what's in the environment, like pollution and whatnot. Physical irritation. The sharp, indigestible nature of a pine needle can cause physical irritation and even puncture or obstruct the digestive tract, leading to vomiting, diarrhea, in severe cases, internal bleeding and sepsis. Essential oils and terpenes. Pine needles contain various essential oils and terpenes, which can cause gastrointestinal upset if animals consume in large quantities. Important consideration: species-specific toxicity. Not all pine species are equally as toxic. For instance, while ponderosa pine is known for its abortifacient properties, I believe it causes abortion or whatever is what that word is supposed to mean. Other species like Douglas fir and white pine are often considered safe for human consumption in the form of a tea. However, it's crucial to correctly identify the tree species before ingesting any part of it. Quantity, the dose makes the poison. In other words, there's toxins in all of these trees. All of these, trees are have a lot of toxins in them. Even the ones that are saying are safe, but they're saying if you don't eat enough of it, it's not going to harm you. Toxicity to animals. Different animals are going to react different ways. Pregnant women, obviously, this is not something they need to be eating. But I thought this was kind of funny because I have eaten some weird crap, being a Southerner and eating really weird Southern food all my life. But I have never heard of anybody doing this. This is way off the beaten path. And to be fair, I'm not from the part of the South this guy's from. It sounds like he's from Louisiana or the Bayou, near the Bayou or whatever. So, based on his accent. But, just saying, that's pretty wacky. We do some stuff, and that nobody made anybody do that. You know what I mean? It's this is just tradition. There's weird things that we do throughout our lives that are attached to culture and tradition. And this is one of the weirdest I think I've ever seen. That being said, now one of the things I have heard of old timers doing is eating something called poke salad. So pokeweed is a highly toxic plant, all parts of it, and especially the roots. There's a number of poisonous compounds. The toxicity can vary depending on the part of the plant, its maturity, and the amount consumed. But the primary toxins found in pokeweed, saponins, this is one of the most significant groups of toxins in pokeweed. They include phytolactotoxin and phytolactolignin, which are triterpenoid saponins. These compounds are responsible for the severe gastrointestinal distress that results from pokeweed poisoning. The cause of the irritation in the digestive tract, leading to symptoms like nausea and vomiting, diarrhea, stomach pain, and cramping. There's also alkaloids in there and lectins. And pokeweed lectins, also known as pokeweed mitogen, are proteins that cause hematological, which is blood-related, or abnormalities. And these lectins can stimulate a person's lymphocytes, leading to abnormal increase in their number. Oxalic acid is also in there. But it causes things. It causes a scenario like this guy is experiencing.
We got some bad news for some of you. I made it. What happened was I was baking some okra, and I cut it in half long ways, and I saw on YouTube, you could roast it with salt and pepper and olive oil, and I decided I wanted to put a little honey on it, so I was going to bake me some. I grabbed me some of these these poke salad stems. These are cut up like okra. But anyway, I put them on that baking pan and I cooked them. And I'd just heard about eating stems on YouTube, and nobody ever said nothing about boiling them. And I got thinking, if you boil them, then they'll probably get full of water, and then you can't fry them. So that made sense to me, and I fried some in the past, you know, and ate it, and it tasted all right. You know, I like the leaves better. Like I said, I fried them before and didn't have no problems. Well, I ate them off that baking sheet that evening. And that night, you know, I had these like wild dreams, you know, and they kept waking me up. Then the daggum stomach cramps hit me. And I'm talking about, I mean, it was gut wrenching. And I won't go into the details, but I was in and out of the bathroom, and then it got to be about noon. And then I went in the bathroom one time there, and it hurt so bad I thought I was going to pass out, and I nearly did. I laid down on the floor, and I was thinking, this is it. Remind me of when that storm come through and blew those trees down by the cabin. I thought, this is it. Well, anyway, it hurt so bad, I laid there and I broke out in a sweat. And I reached up and pulled a towel off the rack and just bunched it up, put it on my head. I said, oh, Lord, this is how they're going to find me. And so I had my bibs down around my ankles, and I shook them off my feet and pulled them up there to cover myself up. And then I laid there sweating and groaning, and after about 10 or 15 minutes, you know, it subsided a little bit. I guess from the pain and everything what I went through, it just kind of put me to sleep. I still had problems with it the rest of the day. I probably got up about an hour later or so. But never thought about calling 911 or nothing. I was by myself, happened to be by myself at that time. But I don't reckon the Lord's through with me yet, so I know what somebody is thinking, so I'm sorry to disappoint you. But here's the thing. This is the channel that makes everybody happy, 100%. They like there 50% of you is glad to see me come, and 50% of you is going to be glad to see me go. I'm ready to go, to be honest with you. But the Lord ain't done with me, and I'm going to toss these. Here's a warning to you. Don't believe everything you see on YouTube, because there's a lot of different factors involved in a lot of different things. And Lord willing, I'll see you later.
So I just thought I would share a little bit of this, seeing as how I'm always going on about how the industries are trying to hurt us when it seems like we do a pretty good job of hurting ourselves too. So that serves as a cautionary tale. And these two guys, definitely poster boys for Anthony Chaffee's next book, which needs to be called Plants Are Trying to Kill You. There's a lot of toxins in a lot of different things. And it's just kind of funny that just thinking about eating plants and really how dangerous they are. You know, they have defense chemicals so that animals don't eat them. You know, that's how they defend themselves. And some of the most poisonous things, like We were trying to cook it and eat it, you know. So it's interesting that I ended up here, you know, where I only eat meat, and most of the plants that I thought were even safe, not like these two guys are obviously, this is an extreme situation where this is not done that often, you know. I mean, there's a lot of people that are eating this stuff, but it's not like mainstream or something. But you know, it's just really funny. I thought it was a good example of, you know, Chafee's tagline being proven true, is that plants are for sure trying to kill you. I hope you enjoyed this little I don't know what it is, this little side trip into the South. I thought it was kind of funny. And I don't know, maybe you guys have heard about this. You know, people also eat kudzu. I don't know if you know what kudzu is. It's an invasive vine, and people actually cut that down and eat it. I don't think that's all that great for you either. Anyway, thanks for watching, and if you like this video, please give me a like, and if you want to, subscribe, and I will be seeing you guys in the next video. Bye.